opportunity, I want to begin to share the subjects that I actually investigate. Is this disruption in higher education of artificial intelligence? The technological advance of humanity are born from the need of the human being to find more effective ways of doing their tasks. From the prehistoric man who made utensils to achieve his daily sustenance and protected himself from inclement weather and other beings of nature, to those that currently facilitate transaction, transportation, education, among other areas. Today, modalities and resources have changed, but we continue to base ourselves, in part, on the perspective of that time, adding modern forms of communications, transfer, and organization of teaching. And what underlies is a common thread to be able to move forward is the learning factor. Is everything that has been proposed is proposed and will be proposed by the human being. This factor intervenes. It's the way in which we change behavior, evaluations, procedures, and that we mature. This implies cognitive and emotional processes in which human intelligence intervenes. And to analyze its characteristics, we turn to the study of, at least until today, what we believe to be its location, the brain. But its studying structures and functionalities, we must resort to a wide range of disciplines framed in what we call neuroscience. Educationists in general and that of health areas in particular accompany this change and study objectives. The training of health professionals requires being aware of advance in diagnosis, treatment, individual patient care, and the community in general. And nowadays, technological lies change us to efficiency and safety handle the huge amount of data generated by patient care. One of those allies is the artificial intelligence, a constellation of systems and tools that combine software algorithms with different utilities. It tries to resemble the processing of the human brain, but without being reliable currently of all the capacity that it can perform. At this point, it's interesting to question aspects that are related to human intelligence, artificial intelligence, the role of neuroscience, and participation in the training of professionals in the health areas. For instance, is it pertinent to call artificial intelligence with parameters of human intelligence? Or from the point of view of programming this intelligent system, can secondary processes be implemented, but with non-human primary processes that giving emotion to system require only a human point of view? Or is difficult to give emotion to learning system, or is it unforeseeable to implement a perception system based on the sense of and feelings for everyone? It's pertinent for teachers in health areas to acquire specific knowledge and skills in a framework of tutorial system based on neuroscience and artificial intelligence? Is specific pedagogy and evaluation in the teaching learning process oriented to this concept necessary only? Or is it possible to analyze the impact that the implementation of these disruptive technologies would produce in the study plans and in the accompaniment of the students? The challenge lies in knowing if the scope, risk, and benefits of applying artificial intelligence are significant enough to continue developing technologies, or if they are just a fad that us also wants to break into education in health areas. The state of the art on this subject is positioned on the only of review of the knowledge that the aspect of neuroscience and artificial intelligence describes as their own. For example, the brain-mind relationship model, or the construction of the general artificial intelligence from the psychological point of view, or the links between neuroscience and artificial intelligence to understand the functioning of the brain, or the impact of artificial intelligence and its limitation in teaching health professionals, or the skills required in the teaching learning process. So development of expert systems, artificial neural networks, and intelligent tutors. But all of them lack a common thread that describes in real situations the most promising of limiting aspects of the algorithms proposed by current artificial intelligence. In terms of learning processes in the situation of a professional in the areas of health who want to train. This covers the identification of technologies applied in the classroom and those that are not yet applied but whose potential to include them would be interesting to analyze. It's tempting to delve into this question in the context of higher education, which is less explored in scientific publications. In this space, I will reflect advance of my research on these issues.